Um, like I was saying, ISV is a very good program. I did a 2 week program, which was just mostly work, but I did do a lot of casual stuff. My experience in Newcastle was very great. I love the way it looks. The vibe is very calm and I guess classy. You know, a lot of people kind of have like a classy look or kind of like a young hippie look at least. Uh, hmm. I will say like the neighborhood is very safe. You don't have to worry about kind of scandalous people or people that may be out to get you. The neighborhood is really safe. And like when I was lost looking for the house like at around the weekend of 1 a.m. I met people, nice people who were respectful and who I could trust. There was a good vibe, so you don't have to really worry about anything. You don't have to worry about people trying to mug you. The streets are very calm and very quiet. You don't have to worry about that. Um, there are plenty of shops to go eat, and you don't have to worry about being bored. There's a lot of stores that can help you out and get books. There's a lot of places you could eat for like entertainment during the weekends because usually you're only gonna be at Newcastle for the weekends and the last week of your 2 week program. Uh, when it comes to entertainment, there's a lot of nice clubs. You are allowed to go to the nightclubs and to drink and do whatever. You just be responsible. Just know your limits. Uh, the club vibes are very positive. They don't play the best music or the latest music, but it is pretty a good vibe, and nobody's trying to do fights, pick fights or anything. Everybody's collective, nice, and whatever. And the cool thing about Australian clubs is that a lot of them are free, and at the most they're like $10. So that's kind of like a really nice thing is that you don't have to worry about uh, expenses really. It's just simply it's mostly free. Most of them are free. I only went to two clubs that costed like some money. I think. Uh, I don't know. I don't know if it was two. Maybe it was. I don't know if it was two or one. But I know there's a club. There's like an infamous club in Newcastle, which costs like $10. But it, the atmosphere is pretty really nice. It's on King Street. That one costs $10. It's an okay club. It gets pretty crowded pretty fast. So my advice is if you want to go there, go early, because it gets packed really quick, and there is a lot of people that want to go there at the last minute. There are rules and regulations when it comes to clubs or all nightclubs and bars is that you can't re-enter a club after 1:30. So if you're not in the club by 1:30, just head home because there's really nothing else you can do unless you just want to like have a late eat a late dinner or whatever. But those clubs will be closed by 10. Well, not 10 by 1:30. And I think that's like a law because I noticed it in Newcastle and also Sydney. Um, yeah, just make sure like make sure you have you traveling groups because it can be easy. And there's usually like one or two people who don't know what they're doing or don't know how to get home or they don't know the code. So make sure when you go out, make sure everybody knows the code and knows the ways to get home. That is very important. Uh, safety is, safety is important, but you know, there are a lot of people you can turn to for help. But most of the times there isn't anything of like serious danger. But just make sure that you know where you're going, you know the code, and most the only thing you really need to be worrying about is just having fun. So Newcastle's a lovely city, very respectable. I actually like Newcastle better than Sydney, even though Newcastle has a small town vibe. I just kind of like small towns. I like the atmosphere, like the people. Um, very lovely, lovely place. I wish I can return and go back there. I don't know when I'll go back to Australia. Hopefully again soon. But I really did. Now that I talk about, I really do miss Australia, or I do miss the people that I worked with in the program. I still keep in touch with them. I still have their Facebooks. Yeah, those club nights were very they were very fun. I'd probably say like the only disadvantage about the clubs is that they don't play a lot of. They're pretty late when it comes to relevant music that are like fresh and just came out. They're very late. But if you want to see like funny things, white people dancing funny and crazy and whatnot, just go to it and just, have a good time. They might not play the best music or the latest music, but if you go there with friends and people you enjoy yourself with, you know, the type of music they play is not going to bother you at all.